Well, hello again, a new day, a new experiment, and as you can see, I have an old Compaq computer and I need some parts from it to replace parts in another older Compaq. So I need the floppy drive. I want to dismantle this and I'm trying to figure out how. It's this plastic thingy here which should go out. Yeah, we have a screw there. Let's take it out. Okay. You go out. Oh, that's not Phillips. That's a kind of star. No, that's too big. So you need proper tools to do that. You see, that's the screw I'm talking about. And this is the kind of driver you need. Here we go. Yeah. And here we have the floppy drive. I hope it's in mint condition. A lot of dust, of course. We'll clean that later. For now, I'm trying to take out the CD-ROMs because I need them too. Screws out. Here is free, but in here, this is something interesting. In here we have a metal blocking. I'm pretty sure it's a very simple way to do that. I don't know how. All right, here we go. Well, it wasn't very difficult after all. We have a CD-ROM here. And let me try to get the other one out. Same story. Let's push this up like that. And that frees the path. There we are. So all we have to do is to get the screws out and to have this metal piece here out of the way. I can see that. And then just take the drives out. So here is the unit I want to upgrade or to enhance. There we go. Well, I bet the floppy drive is still alive, but the way it looks, and it's really dirty. I rather replace this with a cleaner one. Okay, how you can take this out? First of all, we have a metal piece of plate here. We have to take that out before, or not exactly out, but the screw at least. And then we just have to release the screws, not take them all out, because then everything slides in a certain path here, like this, and the floppy, it's free. Now I can, yeah, it's the same size, of course. That's a floppy from Samsung. This is a Compaq original. Okay, right. Yeah, but it's Samsung, but it says Compaq part number. So yeah, I think it's perfect compatible with the rest of the things. Yeah, so this one goes down there. Let me clean it a little bit before. The bad point with this one that I don't have an on-off switch, but I'll find me one. Why not floppy this? All right, let me release this guy. Okay, place. We get into this channel here and down in place. These screws are not exactly keeping the floppy in place, but more leading the path. But this one should be properly inserted instead. Okay, floppy is in the system. We have a power line here and floppy connector. That's a LG. I'll just place it like that for now, without any screws or any other connector. Obviously this one, it's okay, it's set like master. Yeah, it can be with a second, yeah, right, with the second port here. Power is here. The other one goes to the hard drive. It's also master to the other IDE port, and we are good to go for now. Back in place. Very interesting mechanical stuffs here. Well, this one should stay like this for the sake of experiment. Okay, so let's get online and let me try to find the recovery disk version 1, 2.5, 3.0 and 3.1. So we have 3.1 here. There is no preview. Okay, how can we download this? By ISO, of course. That is version 3.1, 99. I'm not sure what that's in for. Now, let's see what we got here. This is version 1.1. I need 1.0. 2.5. Okay, let's get this 2. 3.0. Let's get this 2. I was specifically asked for version 1.0. But we'll do this instead because I don't see any version 1.0. So I think I have to install a Windows 98 on the top of this. Okay, we got them all. Now we have to put them on a CD. As you can see, my old Compaq Pentium III 733 megahertz, I think. It's got a CD-ROM here and also a new floppy drive. And what I want to do today, I just want to reinstall a Windows 98 and then we'll do some tests with some recovery disks, recovery software from Compaq, and we have version 3.0, 2.5 and 3.1. That is by request, by the way. So let me tell you from the beginning, if you have any ideas, if you have any uncleared question, just let me know. If I can, I will do tests, and if I have the proper gears, we can work it together somehow. So, like I said, for today, we're gonna install a Windows 98. We have, I recall, 80 megabytes 80 megabytes of hard drive right here, and I think it's more than enough to have a Windows 98 installed. I think everything is ready to go. I have my keyboard here, the mouse it's here somewhere. Hopefully it will work with wireless remote on USB port. Let's start it on. I'm still using this because I couldn't find a proper switch. For now, the switch it's the switch is gone. Yeah, the system is starting up. It's booting. VGA input. The following configuration options are updated. Diskette. Alright, we have the floppy drive. We have the CD-ROM already seen by the system. Now all we have to do is to insert the Windows 98 and to try to boot it from the disk. Windows starting. Okay, let's go. Can we hear the hard drive? No, we can't. The fan to the power supply, to the power source, it's so loud. Welcome. Thank you. To set up Windows, press enter. Yes. Your computer already has an operating system. Continue setup and replace your current. Okay, that's what I need. To continue, press enter. Yes, please. Oh, that's a thrill. That's a thrill. Oh, I can't imagine that. The size of what? It's misreporting. Some programs might be unable to find. Choose to fix it. Fix it, please. I remember there was a couple of, a few sounds I've been waiting for, the modem sound when it was the connection to the telephone line, then the hard drive sound, is it working, is it not working, and then the CD-ROM sound, trying to read the discs. Well guys, this is a very clear explanation why the power supply was running hot in despair all the time. Look there. Oh my. Oh my. This is not dust. This is a piece of ground or something. Anyway, let's clean it up.